didn't come to scare us. They didn't come to bargain. They came to collect. And by sunset, one of us would belong to them, stay with me, because what I saw in daylight was worse than the night. The man in the ash coat stood at the edge of the yard, like he owned the dirt beneath his boots. No dust on his hat, no sweat on his face. Just that calm you only see in men who've already decided how you're going to end. I stepped forward, my revolver low. Not fear, not respect, control. He tilted his head slightly, like he was listening to something behind me. "Sunset," he said. One word, like a judge reading a sentence. James grabbed my sleeve. "Cole, don't." I didn't look at my brother. I kept my eyes on the man in the ash coat. "Don't what?" I asked. He smiled. Small, cold. "Don't pretend you still have choices." We went inside. I slammed the door. The room felt tighter than it ever had, like the walls already knew what was coming. I turned on James. "You told me it was handled." His eyes were red. Not tired red, not drunk red, fear red. "I told you they'd wait," he snapped. "And you believe them?" I said. "Men like that don't wait." He punched the table hard enough to rattle the cups. "I did what I had to do." "You did what was easy," I fired back. "You hid it." His voice rose. "You left, Cole. You left me holding this ranch with two hands and no help." I stepped closer. "Then you should have called me." He laughed once, sharp, empty. "And say what? Come home, brother. I sold your name to devils?" That hit hard. I lowered my voice. "What do they want?" James swallowed like his throat was full of sand. "They want you to ride with them," he said, "or they burn everything we have left." We heard the match before we saw the flame, a soft scratch outside. Then orange light through the window. I yanked the door open. Smoke curled off the barn door like it was breathing, and carved deep into the wood was their mark. Not paint, not chalk. A blade. A message that doesn't wash away. The man in the ash coat sat on his horse like a statue. Two riders behind him, faces hidden, quiet, patient. "This is mercy," he called. "After sunset, we stop being kind." I stepped off the porch slowly. James stayed behind me, like he wanted to disappear. "You burned my barn," I said. "You'll answer for it." His voice didn't change. "We don't answer, we collect." He lifted a hand. One of the riders tossed something into the dirt. A small sack, heavy. It hit the ground with a wet thud. I didn't want to open it, but I did. Inside was a strip of leather, cut from a saddle, and a button I recognized. My mother's button, from her old coat, the one she wore the day she died. My stomach went cold. Behind me, James whispered, "They've been in the house." James collapsed into a chair, shaking like the floor was moving. "They don't kill fast," he said. "They take pieces, your sleep, your animals, your pride, then your blood." I stared at him. "Why didn't you tell me?" He looked up, eyes wet. "I thought if you stayed away, they'd forget." I leaned closer. "They never forget." His jaw tightened. "You don't understand. That deal wasn't mine to break." I froze. "What?" He pointed at me, his finger trembling. "It started with you, Cole, years ago, before you ran." My pulse thumped in my ears. "What are you saying?" He swallowed. "I'm saying you made a promise you didn't keep." Outside, the sun was falling. Shadows stretched across the yard like hands reaching. The man in the ash coat called again. "Sun's going down, Walker." I stepped onto the porch, breathing slow. James followed, barely standing. "If you ride with them," he whispered, "you won't come back." I looked at the road, at the riders. then at my brother. "If I don't," I said quietly, "neither will you." The man in the ash coat leaned forward in his saddle. "Good," he said. "You finally remember what you owe?" He lifted one finger, pointing at me. "Walk to us," he said, alone. And behind the barn, I heard a second match strike. This wasn't a warning anymore. It was the beginning.